What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about one fighter per division that is coming off a loss or multiple losses that I want to see win their next fight. I'm going to have a few other guys in there, but we're going to have 10 people overall and at least one per division. And yeah, we're talking about fighters coming off losses that we are all as a fan base desperate to see get back in the win column. Look, this is some personal preference of mine. Maybe there'll be some disagreement, but I think overall this is a pretty unanimous list. I think a lot of the fan base is going to agree with my picks. But yeah, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Follow my Instagram, Left Lane MMA, do all that stuff. Let me know in the comments who you disagree with, which selections. And yeah, also drop some more video ideas you guys want to see, but we're going to get into it, starting with the flyweight division. Flyweight division, Steve Erceg, aka our fellow YouTuber Bedtime MMA. We need him to get back in the win column. We need him to get a W. Steve Erceg now coming off 2 losses on paper. Many people think he won the Pantoja fight. Look, honestly, I've rewatched it. I low-key did kind of think he won. I picked Pantoja, so I was like, oh, no, great decision, guys. Nothing to see here. Look at me. I almost swept the card. But I do kind of think on damage, which is what fights are meant to be scored on. Erceg did win this. Then he turns around in his next fight, was a pretty sizable favourite against Kai Kara-France. Everyone kind of expected him to win. I low-key did have I don't want to be the guy that's like, oh, I thought he was going to win, but I didn't pick him. Like, I still thought Erceg was going to win, but as we got closer to fight day, I was like, I got a real bad feeling he might fucking lose, and we're going to just get a like I was saying in the build-up, I really hope this doesn't turn into some fucking Dominic Reyes level flyweight kind of storyline, where we see the guy kind of get robbed in the title fight with a dodgy 49-46 scorecard thrown in there, and then go in there in his next fight and just get fucking KO'd like Reyes did with Blachowicz. In this case, now Erceg with Kai Kara-France, and that's what I was dreading happening, but I did kind of have a bad feeling that it was going to happen, and it did. But I still think Erceg is one of the best in the world. Still think he's easily top 5. Skill-wise, I still think he's better than pretty much everyone there. But it's just a worry if now, for some reason, like, if he turns around in and fights in, like, January and fights, like, I don't know, who would he fight that might KO him? Like, Manel Cap? Even though I don't think Cap's that good, but, like, he could fight one of these guys. Or if he fights someone, he could just get randomly chinned, and it could just be bad. And then once you get chinned once, and then twice, and then 3 times, it gets worse every time. And that's what I'm dreading with Volkanovski as well, who I'll talk about later on in the video. But yeah, Erceg, we need to snap this fucking Reyes skid before it actually gets to the bad point, before it actually gets to the point where it's like, oh shit, this dude's entire career has just been ruined by one decision, pretty much. So yeah, Erceg needs to get a win. We need to turn him around to get the W. Look, how do we do that? I think we give him a more risk-free matchup against someone like a Matheus Nicolau, a Tim Elliott, one of these guys who's not going to KO him. And he can get back in there, he can look good, put him on one of these Apex cards, no pressure, easy win for Erceg. Main card of an Apex against like Tim Elliott or Matheus Nicolau. I think that's what we're going to do with Steven Erceg. And for all of these picks coming up, I'll be also talking about who I think they could get a win against, but also who I think they might fight next. And I low-key think they might do like Erceg versus Cap next or something. That might happen. Maybe they do like Erceg versus fucking like Cody Durden or some shit like that. Well, I think he still beats quite comfortably. But yeah, I think an easy win would be against someone like Tim Elliott or Nicolau, who's a pretty realistic matchup for him next. But let's move on to the bantamweight division. Bantamweight, Corey Sandhagen is who I want to see most get a win that's coming off a loss or multiple losses. He's only coming off one, obviously, to Umar. There's other guys coming off multiple, like Cruz, I think, is coming off multiple. Is he? Or is Cruz coming off one against Cheeto? But like there are like Rob Font, I think, is coming off multiple losses. There's guys coming off more than one loss. Cheeto as well, coming off 2 losses. I don't really care about Cheeto. I don't really care about Cejudo. Some of these guys, I really couldn't care less. Garbrandt, I just don't care enough about him. I've never been a massive Garbrandt fan, to be honest. But Corey Sandhagen, I like Corey. He's the only UFC fighter to date to comment on one of my videos. He commented on my autism tier list where I had him placed at like A tier, and he commented saying agree. So Corey's always going to be in the good books of the channel. He's always going to be one of my favorites, and I was rooting for him to beat Umar. I picked him to win, probably quite delusionally so. And yeah, I want to see him get a win. It's not like he's washed. It's not like he's been brutally KO'd. He just lost a competitive decision. But still, I want to see Corey Sandhagen back in the win column. I think we could do that against someone like a Jose Aldo, even though I kind of want to see Jose Aldo win after he fights Batista. I want to see Jose Aldo keep going and see if we can get like a late career fucking second title run at bantamweight. Maybe we could do him versus Cejudo. Maybe we could do him versus... The thing is, he's fought like a lot of guys. Like, he's fought Font, he's fought Song Yadong, he's fought Cheeto. He's fought a lot of these guys. So I don't know who he fights. But I think most just don't fight a heavy wrestler and don't fight someone who's going to outstrike him, I should say, which isn't many people or anyone. I mixed both of those together. But yeah, I think Corey still beats a lot of guys at bantamweight, so I'm not too worried. But yeah, still, I do want to see him get a W. But let's move on to the featherweight division. Next up, featherweight, Alexander Volkanovski. I think if this is not a unanimous fucking selection for guys coming off a loss that you want to see win, then you should unsubscribe from this channel immediately and consider yourself an enemy of the state. Because if you don't want to see Alexander Volkanovski win his next fight, then you're just a hater, man. You're just a bad person, and I disagree with you morally on everything in life, and I question your good being and your well-being as a human. Because Volkanovski needs to win his next fight, and if he doesn't, I'll be very upset. Now, I think he could beat a lot of guys, but I think the fucking worst route for him is going to be fucking fighting Ilya in a rematch and getting chinned again. It's going to be tough, and it's going to end up being like Aldo against fucking Holloway. It's going to be like Aldo lost to Conor. You could consider that like Volk losing to Makhachev, and he turns and gets a win. In Volk's case, he didn't really get a win in the meantime, but then he turns around and he fucking fights Ilya and then loses twice, like Aldo losing twice to Holloway. Obviously not quite as brutal, Aldo kind of getting TKO'd, but still, Volkanovski needs to win. Now, I do kind of, even though I think Ilya is going to beat Holloway, if Holloway wins, I am, on one hand, like, yeah, Volk could easily beat Holloway, but then I'm also like, yeah, but he might not, and he might get fucking chinned, and that'll kill his 3 wins that he has over Holloway, and really taint the legacy that he's built by just demolishing everyone apart from Ilya at 45. So, I don't mind the idea of him fighting Aljamain Sterling if he beats Movsar Evloev. I know he's not going to do that. I know he deserves a title shot, but I want to see Volk win a fight. I'm also worried that he might even get like chinned by Oliveira or chinned by like Poirier if he goes up to lightweight fights, one of them. I do think he beats Gaethje. I think he beats Gaethje quite comfortably, to be honest. I mean, maybe he gets KO'd, but like, there's always a risk there. But yeah, Volkanovski, just fight someone who isn't gonna KO you, like Aljamain Sterling or Movsar Evloev or fucking, I don't know, Beneil Dariush. Like, I don't know, someone. Just get a win and make us happy, because I don't want to see Volk. I don't want to have to look at Volk's resume and see 3 losses in a row and then 4 out of 5 losses in his last 5 fights. That's going to be very depressing. So yeah, Volk, we need to see him win a fight. But let's move on to the lightweight division. Lightweight, Charles Oliveira. This is a personal bias selection because Charles Oliveira is one of my favorite fighters. He was the first poster that I actually got on my wall. If you watch my live streams, you'll see I got a bunch of fucking UFC posters on my wall. Oliveira was the first one I got, I'm pretty sure. One of my favorites. I was so happy to see him beat Beneil, obviously. I was really happy to watch him win the belt, climb up the rankings, do all that. And yeah, Oliveira's always been one of my favorites. And then he lost to Islam, that was sad. And then he got the win and it was amazing. And then he lost to Arman and that was kind of sad. But he needs to win again. And I think he can. And I think he's going to fight Dan Hooker. And I think he wins that fight. Because I don't think Dan Hooker is just going to one-shot KO him. Which is just like, or like just hurt him bad. Which is kind of always a risk with Oliveira. And I don't think Dan Hooker is going to out-grapple him pretty clearly. And just kind of hold him down. That's not what Dan Hooker's going to do. They're going to strike. I think Oliveira's a better striker. I think Dan Hooker's chin is also kind of washed at this point. He was getting wobbled by Gamrot. And also, I think he's just way better at grappling. So if he fights him next, I rate his chances. I just don't want the idea of like fucking Arman Sukin for an interim belt if Islam's injured or some shit like that. No, none of that. Who cares? I don't know. If he's going to lose, make it for an undisputed title. I don't want to see Oliveira lose as a contender or lose for like an interim title. If he beats Arman for the interim title, sick. That'd be cool. 5 rounds, maybe he wins. I don't know. But I just want to see him get a win in a fun fight, and we can just kind of see vintage Oliveira back in a fun fight with a fucking good Western fighter like a Dan Hooker or a Poirier or Gaethje. One of those guys who we just enjoy watching them fight, and it's just a good vibe. With these, you don't get the good vibes with the Makhachev or the Sayukin type fights. That's not what we get. But anyway, yeah, Oliveira needs to get a win. I know there's some people going to disagree. Some people will prefer to see like Gaethje, or Poirier maybe, which is fair. I don't mind. I wouldn't mind seeing Poirier win, go out on top in his retirement, or go out with a win. Someone like that. BSD's another one. I really want him to win his next fight, but I'm not like desperate for BSD to win his next fight. Like, I need to see Oliveira win for my mental health. BSD, it's just like I want to see him win, but I'm not like going to be upset if he loses. Anyway, though, let's move on to the welterweight division. Next up, Kamara Osman. Fucking 3 losses in a row against nobodies. boom, fucking Osman. Can't even spell your name right. Kamaru Usman, though, I think he's one guy that I'm not even a massive Usman fan, but I do kind of just want to see Kamaru Osman get back in the win column and get a W. That's kind of what I want to see, and that would be cool because the losses have been sad, and Prime Usman, fucking Nigerian Nightmare reigning terror over the welterweight division, in hindsight, is a lot better of a fucking option than Bilal, remember the Plains Muhammad, and Leon Edwards fucking eye pokes, quits at the soonest sign of adversity, and zones out of fights, closes his eyes when he's got his back taken, Edwards. Like, Usman was such a fucking better option for champion than these two scrubs. They're not scrubs, they're good, obviously. Leon beat Usman. But Usman was kind of washed, and it is sad, because even after the Hamzat fight, it was like, bro, he stepped up, and we kind of, like, the main narrative going out of that fight was like, damn, bro, or that card, sorry, was like, how sad that Volk fucking stepped up and got KO'd, that's rough. But, like, there was the kind of hidden narrative, one fight underneath, that, like, damn, bro, Usman's now lost 3 in a row. Like, that's kind of tough. And it's not that bad because he still doesn't look awful. Like, Usman hasn't gone out there and looked like Tony Ferguson. He just got outclassed by Leon and kind of got done up a bit early and out-physicaled and outpaced by Hamzat in the first. But he won the next 2 against Hamzat, in my opinion. I thought he won the second and third. And, yeah, he's not that washed. But just give him, like, an Ian Gary fight. Give him, like, a Sean Brady fight. But I'm low-key worried Sean Brady would beat him. Give him even a JDM fight. Even though, like, I want to see him win, at least that's, like, a cool fight. JDM, Wonderboy, if he beats Buckley, would be cool as well. I'm not even, like, a massive Usman fan, but I do just want to see him get a win, because it's been a fucking while. Like, the last time I saw this guy win was against Colby, and that was ages ago. I was, like, somewhat getting into the sport around that time. Crazy to think. But, yeah, I want to see Usman get a win. But one other guy at welterweight that we need to see win is Gilbert Burns. This good fighter. It's a good guy, you know. Good guy, it's Gilbert Burns. I want to see Gilbert Burns get a win too, because he's also on a 3-fight loss streak. And, yeah, Gilbert Burns is just a cool guy, you know. He's a good gauge. Burns, he's a cool guy, great fighter. He's fun to watch. He's awesome to watch. And, yeah, it's just been kind of sad, because he got injured against Bilal. He came back and was looking good against JDM and got finished brutally. And then he kind of just looked a bit old and washed against Brady. So who can we give him? I don't know. We can do fucking someone who's he going to beat easily. Like, I think he beats Kevin Holland. Maybe if Holland comes back down, I think he could beat Wonderboy in a rematch. Even Buckley, but even Buckley, I'm worried he might end up looking like Luke did against Buckley. Fucking Neil Magny rematch. I don't know. I'm just worried that this guy gets Michael Morales and then Carlos Prates and ends up on a 5-fight loss streak with like 3 of them by finish. That's going to be tough. Anyway, though, let's move on to the middleweight division. Middleweight, Jared Cannonier. Now, I know Kenny Okoye's obviously got Izzy at the number 1 spot for here. I have no personal care for Izzy. I was about to say Iddy. I was trying to say Diddy. No, they're not that far off. But Israel Adesanya, I really don't care to see him win a fight. I would not be upset at all. I would not lose any sleep if he did never win a fight again, because I don't think he's a good person. But I think Jared Cannonier is a good person, and I think he's kind of been done dirty. Look, the Cannonier, or the Amavov stoppage, I should say, was a little bit early, felt a bit bad from there, and then he kind of fights Borralho and was looking solid, and then just gets beaten up badly and probably takes a whole bunch of fucking damage at the end of that fight, which is not going to go well for him in the future. And if he comes back, like, could you not see, like, Michelle Pereira beating Fluffy Hernandez? And they go, all right, sorry, bro, Cannonier versus Michelle Pereira Apex main event, and he gets fucking KO'd inside a minute and backflipped on and, like, kneed in the head as a grounded opponent illegally, and then still gets the KO loss. Like, I could just see that happening. It's only a 2-fight loss streak. It's not desperation stakes. It's not like he's been finished bad, but he got beaten up by Borralho, took a lot of damage. He's 40 years of age. Did I say your fucking age? What you doing with a school bag on stage? You can't even read. But Jared Cannonier, you know, he's a good fighter, and I think he's cool to watch. He's one of the few guys that just doesn't need to fucking sell himself in a fake way. He's just there. He just exists. He shows up. I've never been a massive Cannonier fan, but I respect him. And also, there's not that many other guys at middleweight coming off a loss. Go through the rankings. It's Izzy, it's Cannonier, it's Vettori, it is Chris Curtis, and am I missing someone? I think it's just them. Because, like, Hermansson's coming off a win. These guys, I'm talking ranked opponents-wise, obviously. Hermansson's coming off a win. Allen, Amavov, Whitaker, Strickland, Izzy. It's a Costa, Vettori, Cannonier, Izzy, and Curtis are the only 5 out of fucking 15, top 15 middleweights that are coming off coming off wins, or losses, I should say, which is crazy to think. So I don't really care about fucking car driving past my house. Slow down, dickhead. But yeah, I don't really care to see, like, Costa. I mean, he's funny, but he's not really affected by losses, and who cares? Curtis, fucking boo-hoo, womp womp. I don't care about Chris Curtis. And Izzy, I don't care about him. And Vittori, fucking, how the fuck is that even a question? Who cares about Vittori? So yeah, Cannonier, wouldn't be upset to see him get another W. Kind of would be cool to see. Just before we go, because I assume he's going to retire soon too. Like, just get a win. Go out on a win. Let's move on, though, to the light heavyweight division. At heavyweight, this is another one that I think the fan base should be united on. It's Jiri Prochazka. If you don't want to see this guy get a win and you want to see someone else who's coming off a loss get a win before this guy, like, I'm talking, if you have the choice, every other fighter that is coming off a loss at light heavyweight right now, they continue their loss streak. They lose their next fight, but you can pick one that gets a win. Like, are you telling me you'd rather see fucking, like, Anthony Smith get a win over Yuri? Like, we need to see Yuri back in the win column. I don't want to see this guy go on some Tony Ferguson crazy wild man style, loses his chin and becomes a bum. Like, I don't want that to happen with Yuri. I want to see him get a win. Someone like maybe Blachowicz is doable. Jamal Hill is doable for a win. Even like Ozdemir, though, I'm low-key worried, could just, like, you know, I know he beat him the first time, but just in a rematch, maybe he just doesn't take those shots that he took in the first fight as well. Who could he beat pretty comfortably? Like, I don't know. Even, like, I'm worried they give him Olberg and he gets fucking chinned. Like, that's the worry that we have with Jiri Prochazka at this point. So, I want to see Yuri get the W. He's a fun fighter. He's always good to see win. And even though I picked Rakic against him, and I low-key felt bad for Rakic, who's now on a 2-fight loss streak, and I want him to beat Ankalaev greatly. But that's less because I really need to see Rakic win and more because I just don't want to see Ankalaev win. But yeah, even when Yuri beat Rakic and I got my pick wrong, I was like, fucking hell, man. Like, I can't not be happy for the guy, and then he loses to Pereira. It's very upsetting. He's 1-2 in his last 3. It's kind of rough for Yuri. So yeah, I want to see him get a W. But let's move on to the heavyweight division. Heavyweight's another one that I think people are pretty unanimous on. Tai Tuivasa, bro's on a 5-fight loss streak. He's just get a win, bro. Like, I don't know, at this point, it's not even like Tony Ferguson where after 5, like, I think, what was Ferguson's order? It was Gaethje, Oliveira, Dariush, Chandler, and then Diaz. Diaz was the 5th one. And after the Diaz one, where it was like, that was the one where we kind of was like, oh, whatever, who cares? No one, like, we felt really bad after the Chandler one, and then the Diaz one, we kind of like, oh, who cares? It was Diaz. Diaz got a win. Who cares? But now after Tai, and then after that, though, it's like Bobby Green and Paddy and then Chiesa. That's when it got into the fucking dark times of like, okay, he's no longer losing to the elite of the elite. He's now lost to Diaz, Pimlet, Chiesa, and fucking, who's the other guy that I said? Diaz, Chiesa, Green, and Pimlet. Like, that's when it was rough times. Same with Tai. Like, bro lost to Gane, Pavlovich, Volkov, and then we're like, oh, he's just losing to the top, he's not a top 5 guy, whatever. Tybura subbed him in the first, and he lost to Rosenstrike. Like, it's just tough. This guy's gonna fucking go out there and fight Volta Walker in his next fight and get heel hooked in the first round and tap to an early stoppage verbally. Like, that's Tai Tuivasa, man. Give him fucking Austin Lane. He can beat Austin Lane. Austin Lane sucks. But, like, he just needs to get a win. Unranked guy, give him fucking Chris Barnett. Give him the winner of Barnett versus Waldo Cortez Acosta or something like that. Give him, like, Kennedy and Zatruku if he beats De Lima, because Kennedy and Zatruku is the shittest fucking fighter ever. Just give him some unranked bum. Even, honestly, Rebellis, I wouldn't even mind his chances to win that, because Rebellis has no distance management. As a fucking Olympic Taekwondo fighter, doesn't know how to manage distance. Crazy thing to say. But yeah, Tai Tuivasa needs to get a W. But we got one more person to talk about. You've probably been wondering where they are. It's Tony Ferguson. I saved him for last because that's like the most desperate of desperate. But at this point, it's not even like, oh, I really want to see Tony back in the title picture. Like, he's not getting back to the title picture. It's just any win will be a fucking win. Like, if this guy goes out there, give him Brendan Marotte. Brendan Marotte is awful. He sucks. He's not UFC caliber. Literally bring in a fucking can from Bellator. Bring in a can from somewhere. Street Beefs. Bring in fucking Death Sentence from Street Beefs. You go, I am Death Sentence. Bring that guy in. You know who I'm talking about. You've seen clips of him on Instagram. Bring him in. Have him fight Tony. Loki probably wins by 3rd round TKO. Like, as the situation we're in at this point, T-Ferg needs to get a W. And it's like, I didn't even want to include him because I'm like, I don't even want to see him fight. But like, I'm like, if I have a choice of Ferguson to fight and he gets a win rather than him just never fight again, I'll choose him getting the win, but then I want him to retire immediately after that. But yeah, it's like, who do we give this guy that he beats? Like, it genuinely needs to just be the lowest of the low level, like Rick Glenn, maybe. Can we give him Rick Glenn? Can we give him just some absolute bum? Like, can we bring up Ryan Hall from featherweight and have him fight him? Like, can we do like a Tony Ferguson versus like, I don't know, like who's some bum at bantamweight? Like, can we do that? Are we allowed to do that? If not, tough. But like, yeah, bring over fucking Mike Jackson again or some shit. Bring over CM Punk. Bring over BJ Penn. Like, something like that. I just need to see Tony Ferguson get his hand raised in the octagon, and that's good enough for me. But that's the video done, guys. Perfect way to end it there. Let me know in the comments, who did I miss? Which other fighters coming off losses do you want to see get a win the most in the UFC? Like, subscribe, do all that shit. Drop more video ideas in the comments. And yeah, peace out, guys. See you in the next one.